landfill. I'm doing some benching, digging out all the stumps and logs and stuff like that. This is a real steep slope. We've been working on it for about a week and a half now. Just digging out because the end of their slope for this landfill is supposed to be a 3-to-1, and it goes right down there, kind of that pond. You might not can see it right now, but there's a pond down there, and that's supposed to be the end of the slope. And the guy who works out here, the landfill's employees, pushed up a whole bunch of brush right to the edge. It was about 50 foot tall, and then made this slope too steep. So having to come through and just dig it all out, move all the dirt, throw all the stumps and stuff up the hill, and then we're taking a rake tractor. We got a John Deere 850 dozer. We're raking it all to the pile, and then we grinding it with our Premier TG 7000 toe grinder. So we're gonna get started on this morning. No, we ain't really got to get everything. So stuff like this right here, I can just throw it down the hill and cover up. I mean, like I said, it's just a green waste landfill, so it's a lot of concrete and just debris, concrete stumps and logs and stuff like that. So we're gonna take all this, start digging, and throwing it down the hill, and then I'll do this all again. This is the second shelf that I've had to do, because I can't dig on this slope sideways without the machine wanting to tip. Pretty sunrise this morning. We got about a month of work to do out here. This one section of this landfill we got to fix and work on. The track hoe that I'm running today is a Sani. It's a 2022 Sani 265. I'm not too big on these Sanis. I mean, they're all right, and we run them because they're cheaper. I mean, they're just cheaper about everything. They're not like they're a big name brand, but they're not very common around here. We see mostly Cats and Hitachis or John Deere and stuff like that. You're gonna see a lot of Komatsu. But right now, which is how things are going, the Sani just kind of made more sense to get. They got longer warranties. That's a big thing, and they're about almost about $50,000 to $70,000 cheaper than the machines. So it makes sense to get them. And I got good motors in them. Really, that's an operator standpoint. I learned in John Deere 210 track hoe, and I prefer John Deere over Hitachi. This ain't really my favorite machine to have to operate, but I like it better than a Cat. And they still, I don't know if the brand new Sanis have electronic controls or not. This one's got hydraulic controls, pilot controls, and the joysticks and everything. That's what I prefer. That's what I learned on. Normally I run a D8 dozer with a KG blade or on rake, since I'm just with it being a beginning. 850K rate tractor right there. We got 3 dozers. We got a 650K that sometimes it'll show up on a job. Most of the time it just works a remote short that we got. It's got just a 6-way blade on it, and we got like a pin-on rake that we'll put on it sometimes. 650's got a vinyl rake, and you get into a bunch of brush and stuff like that. It ain't got the power to keep up. So we usually don't really take it out. We'll, the way that I like to run the grubbing side is get everything kg'd, and that 850 will be recognizing something. And they keep up with me, it's good, but sometimes you'll have to cut deep to get the roots out and everything in the stump. So he'll be reckoning. If he can't keep up, what I'll do is I'll take the kg off whenever I finish up and everything and start reckoning with that V8. Usually it'll turn a mess into it's hard to get up with that 850. Make it real easy to push with that big dozer. You can't really pull these at an angle, you gotta pull them straight up. Sometimes it ain't too good on your thumb to do that. Break it. Start running it at an angle. This stuff varies like this. I pulled out logs bigger than this over here. This one's probably 2 foot in diameter right there, or more. And it's more so about length that I'm judging this. I mean, if it's a big old round chunk of wood, I'll pull it out, even if it don't seem that long. The majority of it, if it's like below 10 inches and it's not that long, I just throw it down there and let it get covered up rather than ground it. said, I'm gonna keep working on this slope, getting it taken down to a nice even grade. Get these little chunks up. Hop on that downhill side right here. Go ahead and start pulling it downhill again. This is about the end of the video. Running out of storage, so I'm gonna pull up this concrete right here somehow. The owner's wanting this giant rock. That's all that this is. She can have it if she wants it. Nothing but junk. It's starting to rain now, so I really don't know how much we're going to be able to necessarily do. If it keeps raining, we're going to get shut down. We can't work on slopes. If it gets more wet than what it is. And so like half of these videos, well, half of the video that's supposed to be getting made just got. So I was recording it and my storage got full, so because apparently I didn't record. But anyway, keep on doing this. We gotta pick up all this big stuff and track it down there. Yeah. Just stick around somehow. The reason that there's stuff down here is from it rolling down the hill, basically. So those that are wondering, that's what it's like. I'm just gonna pull it towards myself and keep pulling it as I'm working down here. That's the only option. I think it does justice how camera never does show how truly steep something is. So we got everything on the slope done now. It's good enough for the gradual grade. I can track up and down if I can go side to side on it. So we got it pretty close to a 3-to-1. Not exact, but it's good enough. It's not gotta be perfect. They're gonna add more dirt to it. Back up here, cover up some of this mess. It's raining pretty good. Not raining, it's drizzling. It's gonna make it too wet. Some big raindrops falling now. I'm not turning with it. Just to be it's too wet to work any slopes, we're going to just process the rest of the day, and then after that's done, that's about it. That's all we're going to be able to do. So hopefully it don't rain us out, but if it does, I won't complain. We got a video needs editing, so first time, like I said, so we'll see how it turns out. Sideways on the slope. Not fun. I want to turn my windshield wipers on, but I know as soon as I do, it's just going to smear dirt everywhere. And y'all ain't going to be able to see, I ain't going to be able to see some out of washer fluid. So slick is because any piece of wood is getting wet right now. That's what can shut us down. It's just safe to work on the damn side of the mountain, basically. When it's pouring rain down, it's slick. See, I don't know if y'all can see up there on the left. It's a good full foot up here, all the way down to here. Get you is if you're up all the way to the top and you start doing that. Really, you just don't go sideways on a slope. This is wet. Get what you can get. I'm working on this now. As soon as I saw sorry for this, I said, yep, I need to go over there and get that mess done. There's still something down here. Backwards, I can't spin around because there's so much wood and trees up here. Can't knock down. I think I might just leave that rock right here for now until the end of the job. I'm ready to go put it wherever she wants it. I reckon that's wherever she wants it. Good. about the end of this video. I really can't do much more wise just because of all the rain on the windshield. It's gonna look bad. So everything is pretty much done anyways. So got the slope all dressed up. And okay on that. So gotta pick up all this concrete and stuff that's mixed out in the woods. Record that real quick. I don't know if I'm breaking a tree down. There's a curve there. It's like trying to move furniture through a doorway. It's that double the size. Wipers are halfway sealed. There's new wipers on this thing. It just smears the dang water. Broke that tree, so I'll just go ahead and pull it up. Can't get that one right now until I just rock. But, like I said, this is going to be the end of the video. I know the quality's getting bad with this rain on the windshield. So. Call it at that. Thank you guys for watching.